Goku finally admits that he's a terrible father. We're gonna get into it this episode, guys. We got some stuff to talk about. Anyway, this is the review for episode 7 of Dragon Ball Daima. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out and then come back. Let's just jump right into it. The episode starts on Earth on Kami's lookout. A key part of the ship that they were going to use to get to the demon world is used up and can only be found in the demon world. So as expected, the old Kai's ship can't be used for travel, which sucked for Bulma, Vegeta, and Piccolo. But for us, we knew that King Kadan's guy, Hybis, was already on his way, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And they didn't make us wait. Hybis showed up almost right away, appearing above Kami's lookout and landing in front of the crew. Then Bulma, Vegeta, and Piccolo board Hybis's ship and head towards the demon realm. I am a little bit confused as to why Bulma is now suddenly going along with them. They mentioned that Kibito Kai was no longer needed because they now had Hybis as a guide. But still, at least he knows how to fight. He can defend himself. I don't see how Bulma isn't just going to be a liability in the demon world. But I have a feeling that the point of Bulma coming along is so we can have some Bulma Goku throwback OG Dragon Ball moments and nothing else, really. Actually, when I think about it, there is some interesting technology in the demon world that it'll be fun to see how Bulma interact with, and her comments on some of it. I mean, it started in the ship, her commenting on the handheld device Hybis had, so that'll be cool to see. Maybe she can bring some of that technology back to Earth and work it into Capsule Corp. It'll also be a bit interesting to see how Bulma interact with Pansy, who's also a bit of a technology head. The episode then flashes over to Goku in the demon world, and he is eating their emergency rations. It's actually pretty interesting. It's like this food rice ball that Pansy says serves as a double portion of a meal. Goku has 2 of them, so he essentially has 4 meals instantly. Pansy's just kind of like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, how could you be an adult? How did you raise kids? And Goku's like, well, I wasn't really involved. Meaning he finally admits that he didn't do diddly squat towards raising his kids. I know there's this giant debate on the internet about whether Goku is a good father or not. Listen, man, we all know who Gohan's real dad is. Speaking of Gohan, though, I put up a poll on my community page last night, and over 350 of you guys voted on it. The question on the poll was, would 10-year-old Gohan break Dragon Ball Daima? Is that why we're not seeing Gohan right now in Daima? And it didn't occur to me until last night that Gohan was around 10. I think he was 10 years old by Earth years, but he spent a year in the hyperbolic time chamber, something like that. Anyway, he was 10 or 11 when he fought Cell and achieved Super Saiyan 2, the first Saiyan to hit SSJ2. I mean, back then Gohan was just a monster, right? I think Vegeta said that Gohan, the Gohan that beat Cell, could also beat Deborah. My question is, if that Gohan was in Dragon Ball Daima, is it over for Dragon Ball Daima? Is that why Gohan isn't in the series so far? Because he essentially breaks the series going back to that version of himself. Out of 350 votes, 86% of you guys agree with me. You think that Super Saiyan 2, I said stop, bird flying in the background, black screen, red line, you know what I'm talking about. That Gohan destroys Daima right now. But if you disagree, or if you agree, let me hear why in the comments. Because let me just say that scene made Gohan my favorite character in the entire series. So I'm obviously heavily biased. I do also want to add, I don't know if they're all exactly 10, but they're around that age, and they didn't de-age at the same rate. Like, Bulma is older than Goku normally, but now that they're kids, they look around the same. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's like everyone didn't lose 20 years. Instead, everyone went back to 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever they're at now. It didn't matter if they were 55 before or 25 before. So there's a good chance that Gohan and Goku are pretty much the same age. And in the case of the kids, they became babies like Trunks and Goten. You know, it's interesting because I thought there would have been more outliers to kind of break this de-aging thing, but Gohan is really the only one. Well, him and future Trunks, right? I see why the dragon asked King Goma to clarify this wish though, because we kind of don't know. Is Gohan a baby? That would make sense. He should be the same age as Goku, but we'll see. He has to show up. I really hope he shows up in the series because the wish definitely should have affected him as well. Anyway, let's keep going with episode 7. Goku and company are stopped by some of King Goma's soldiers, police, whatever you want to call them, and they decided that they're going to search the ship. But Goku avoids them at first, by using instant transmission to teleport behind Shin, the Supreme Kai, and then hiding in some bush. The cops or soldiers, being assholes, decide that they're going to pretty much arrest Pansy anyway because she looks suspicious. And the crew says, that's not gonna happen. Let's run the fade instead. So that's what happens. A fight breaks out. It wasn't much of a fight because everyone on our crew is way stronger than some regular soldiers. I think Pansy probably could have took them by herself. Maybe not. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't think she's very strong, obviously, but you know, she seemed like she's got spirit. Anyway, we saw the Supreme Kai kind of fight for the first time since coming to the demon world, and they all kind of put hands on those soldiers. The soldiers run off, leaving one of their ships behind, which was great because the cruise ship got destroyed in the little fight. But more importantly, we learned a bit more about the collars the demons from the third world are forced to wear. Shin says that they were likely developed by Dr. Arisu, his sister, and Pansy is concerned because she says since they scanned her collar, they'll be able to track them no matter where she goes. Shin says, I don't think so. Let me see if I could break the collar. He does some weird spell thing and shatters it. And he says it's because he's a Glin, like Dr. Arisu, his sister. He knows the technique to break it. Pansy is elated, which is amazing. And she asks, hey, can only Glins do this, or can you teach all of us how to do this? And he says, I can teach whoever how to do it. So Shin pretty much just liberated the third world. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. After that, Vegeta, Piccolo, Bulma, and Hybis arrive in the demon world. They call up Goku to tell him, and Goku's like, we're not gonna wait for them. They're gonna have to catch up. Mainly because Goku wants to go fight the Tamagami by himself. He doesn't want to have to fight it with Vegeta. From the opening scene though, both Goku and Vegeta were in Super Saiyan fighting this Tamagami together. So I wonder if Goku gets defeated by himself the first time around, and then Vegeta has to come for them to actually pull it off. Or was the intro just something to, you know, fake you out, to bait you? Wait, I want to mention one thing I forgot. Before the collar scene, we found out that the collars existed since in Deborah's reign. That was something I was wondering about from last week. So it was good to get that update. I just want to say that here. This actually ties into a video. I've actually been doing a lot of recording recently, way more than I'll normally do. And one of the things that I recorded is another video. I should be putting it out this week. It's going to be like an actual like dually video. One of like my old kind of, you know, theory. Actually, no, the theory one isn't what's coming this week. It's another story video. Story video is coming this week, but the theory one is coming soon. And the collars, or the way the demons are being treated, is solid part of that video. So look forward to that. Look forward to the story too. I think you guys will like the story video. But yeah, the collars, we found out the collars have been around for a while. King Goma didn't start this. He's just adopted King Deborah's system for the third world. But yeah, let's keep going. In the last scene of the episode, Goku and company, they arrive at Tamagami number 3, who is defending the third Dragon Ball. These guys have literally never been defeated before in the demon world. They said even King Deborah couldn't do it. So they're at least Super Saiyan 2 level. They're likely closer to Super Saiyan 3. We might need a fusion, guys. We might see a fusion to take this guy down. I don't know yet. Either way, this one should be the weakest of the 3. I'm assuming. I'm guessing number 1 is going to be the strongest. But who knows? Maybe the numbers don't really have anything to do with it. Still, I want to see how this fight goes. Next week, it looks like we're jumping right into it. Goku versus Tamagami number 3. I have a feeling that the pace of Dragon Ball Daima is going to pick up after this episode starting next week. I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. It's not that I don't enjoy the pace so far, but we only got 20 episodes for the whole series, so I want as much as I can get, and there's still a lot to do in the demon realm. They haven't even met King Goma yet, so there's a lot to go through. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I enjoyed this episode overall. We didn't get a giant lore dump or anything like we did in a lot of the other episodes, but it was still good. It was still enjoyable. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think about Gohan. Would Gohan break the series right now? That's it though, guys. Do me a favor, have yourself a great rest of your day, and I will be talking to you again real soon. Bye.